Hello, 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 and thanks for taking the time to watch this video. This is going to be on the PPP and how to get it forgiven, how to draw that loan for the first time or the second time. Let's get right into it, okay? Before I start this, take a second to like my YouTube page. I'm putting out a lot of good information. I'm taking apart these large bills and showing you where your place in them could be. So let's get started. Let's talk about this payment protection program and the new information Congress has put out on it. We're talking about the eligibility of companies for their first loan or second loan, how to forgive that loan that you already took out, what eligible expenses or vendors are allowed to be forgiven, and the next steps for you. Let's jump right into this. So I went ahead and made a PowerPoint talking about the PPP and the next steps that Congress has taken to be able to ensure that small businesses across the United States have the lifesaver that we all need right now to get through not only these strange times, but quite frankly, these pretty devastating times for small businesses. Just the conversations I've been having with business owners, there's a lot of fear, and because we don't know what's happening. So hopefully this video is going to give you a little bit of hope, because if you are eligible for the PPP, you could use it to hire or keep people employed and help your company thrive in 2021. So we're going to talk about the type of loan that it is, some interesting funding information that I found, who is eligible for the loan amounts, how to manage this loan, what's next, what you should keep an eye on, and how I could help you. So again, this is the PPP for first-time applicants, entities, businesses who were going to get a loan but never went through with the application, did not draw a loan, or entities who did draw a loan, have used all that funding and are now going for a second loan. When I looked at the funding for the program, since the bill was 5,000 pages and everything was in there, along with the PPP, they have set aside $25 million for minority business development centers around the nation, and another $25 million for small businesses with less than 300 employees in low-income neighborhoods. And they're probably using HUBZone status to see what is a low-income neighborhood. If you do not know what a HUBZone is, you definitely need my help. When I looked more into the funding, I noticed that $50 million is set aside there for audits of loans and salaries of the SBA individuals who are going to be performing those audits, and expenses for those audits, which scares me, which means that they can speak to other agencies with that funding. So what this means to you is keep it straight. Do not try anything funny. They have built-in infrastructure for reporting to the Senate and Congress every, I believe it's every 45 days, who they're auditing, the amount of loans that they've put out, who they're going to. And you better believe that you do not want to be on the opposite side of a politician's populist wrath. Not fun. Going on, $50 million was set aside for technical assistance, which I think is great because it means that we're looking to not just save jobs, but create jobs. And finally, $15 billion was for the Save Our Stages, or the shuttered venue grants. I have an entire video just based on those $15 billion. I would take a second right now to subscribe to my YouTube channel to watch those videos and see other videos that I will be making, probably based on this bill, which is our entire government spending laid out for us. Going on, we're going to talk about the eligibility. In order to be eligible for this loan, you have to have a 25% reduction in income during any quarter of 2020 when compared to a quarter in 2019. Words matter, right? So they're not saying same, they're saying a. So you don't have to compare the same quarters. It has to be a quarter, which is important. Your business had to be up and running by the 15th of February in 2020. This includes LLCs, sole proprietors, self employed, and independent contractors. So I want to just be sure you do not need an EIN for this. The businesses that have had a PPP in the past, you have to use all of those funds before receiving another. Also, there's a 300 employee limit on receiving the loans or being eligible to receive the loan. There's going to be no loan greater than $2 million, and the way they figure out how much money they're going to loan out to a company is they're going to take the average monthly payroll and multiply that by 2.5. If you're in the restaurant industry, it's going to be 3.5 that they're going to multiply that monthly payroll by. Now, there's other special situations like travel destination, housing cooperatives, farms, railroads. That's all in the PDF document, and I did not think it was relevant enough to put in here, but if you happen to be in one of those industries, I do have that PDF available for you. Just fill out the form, and I'll have it in your inbox. All right. This is where I think they really put in some time to clarify questions and expand how the loan can be forgiven. So if your loan was under $150,000, all you need to do is give a one-page document to the SBA, which includes the number of jobs that you saved, how much money you spent of the loan, and the total loan value, which is fantastic. Before, there was 3 different documents that you had to go through, and it was not as simplified as this is, which is really good. Now remember, they still have that audit money, so you want to be honest with whatever you report to the SBA. Good news, tax information, anything that you use in expenses for this PPP is tax deductible. Any consultants, any accountants, any bookkeepers, that's all tax deductible because of the PPP. Now, if your loan was over $150,000, it's not going to be that easy to get it forgiven, but there are more clarified language around what is forgiven. Let's get into that. So, as a baseline, the loan is divided into 2 parts, the payroll side and the qualifying expense side. 60% of the loan has to be spent on payroll expenses. 40% is on qualifying expenses. Some of those non-payroll expenses are software, cloud service software, accounting software, bookkeepers, property damage due to any of the riots that occurred in the summer of last year, PPE, personal protective equipment, COVID-19 prevention equipment for your business. These are 2 very important ones. Any perishable goods that were ordered before or during the life of the loan will be forgiven. And quickly, restaurants come to mind, which is fantastic. It means that you can keep on feeding the community, serving them the yummy treats without having to worry if you can source the same food. But also anything else that's perishable. So I'm thinking agriculture, any vegetables or anything perishable can be and will be forgiven. And also any supplier costs that you contracted before you got the loan. So any vendor suppliers that you had outstanding debts to with regards to your business, which is fantastic. It really opens up what you can get forgiven and how much you can get forgiven in your day-to-day operations of your business. Now, what's next for you? You have to stay on top of the SBA. You have to find out when that new website drops and be ready. It's going to run out fast. Last time, Congress had to reauthorize a second funding for PPP because it was that popular. Lots of companies and some of them notorious got loans, while Main Street America did not. So I think they came back and they tried to focus this a little bit more for Main Street America. Do not be afraid of this. If you have the right person guiding you, that understands the process, it's nothing to be afraid of. It's a fantastic opportunity. So this is what you have to be doing. You got to calculate your earnings quarterly in 2019 and in 2020. Gather all those documents that you use for that calculation. Put it in a box or put it in a file. Find your lender. There's rules. There's good lenders and there's bad lenders, right? And find a bookkeeper. Find a person that can help you navigate what you can and cannot spend on, and set up an additional bank account or another bank account just for this purpose, just to see the outflow of this money to be able to track it easy. So don't wait for the SBA. Keep an eye on the SBA, but get all that information together. Now, I will say all that is great, and that's something that you can do by yourself, and it's a lot of work getting all that information together. And at the end of the day, you have a business to run. So I am offering my services to help you apply or manage the loan, but more importantly, use it to grow your business, to be able to pivot into this new normal and thrive in this next year. So I have my contact information up there. If you want to talk to me about helping you with this PPP loan, just get a hold of me. Go to my website or shoot me an email, and we'll get down to it. Now, I did talk about the PDF. If you fill out a form, I'll send you the actual PDF that is the verbiage from the loan information in that big bill. What I did in the PowerPoint is I broke it down. This is about 35 pages of just PPP information, how much can be taken out, the different calculations. I'll get this to you if you need it. Just fill out a form. It'll be on the way along with the PowerPoint as well, which is great if that's something that you want to do on your own. But I do not recommend it because the government is tricky, and you have to follow their maze of words in order to get to what you need. So I can help you. I can help you find the right lender. I can help you with the SBA, building a relationship here at the local level, wherever you're at, and at the national level. Help you organize those documents. I have Excel sheets that will calculate and make sure you're on that 60-40 ratio, and make sure you're using the right expenses. I can also, and most importantly, help you pivot and find the right vendors or the right products for this new age that we're living in, so that you can keep ahead of the competition. So I would keep that in mind. And if you don't want to do any of that, just subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to keep on putting out information as this goes on. There's a lot of talk in Congress now, so I wouldn't be surprised if they come out with a round 3 and they keep us going through 2021. So like I said, don't be afraid of this. Don't take advantage of this. If you are sinking, definitely reach out to me. We'll have a conversation, and I'll point you in the right direction. There's other types of help out there, like the EIDL grants. I might do a video on that, but that's pretty straightforward. So like I said, take a second, subscribe to my video. Most of all, you have a fantastic day, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.